Hey everyone, Amanda Mazey here with Country Roads Trust with brand new athletic director Wren Baker. Wren, thank you so much for joining me. First of all, how has your time been in Morgantown so far?
It's been fast and furious. I was here for a week and then went home for a few days, or went to Texas for a few days, I should say. My family's still there as they're kind of wrapping up school and stuff, and and then have been back the last couple of weeks, and so it's been certainly fast and furious. Everybody keeps asking me, "Have you been to this restaurant? Have you been to this place?" I'm like, "I really have only been to Chick-fil-A and Kegler's for the radio show, and that's really about it."
But have you had a pepperoni roll yet?
I did when I was here
Okay.
for the press conference. I have not since I've been back, so I'll have to get on that. But I have two young children, they're 11 and 8, and so trying to get as much done as I can before the family is here, and so that ends up being a lot of fast food at night because I usually don't leave here until pretty late. So.
That's right, that's right. So let me ask you, when this job opened, what was so appealing for you that you said, you know what, I think I can make a difference there?
Yeah, it took a little bit of time because I didn't know a lot. I grew up in Oklahoma. I've worked in Oklahoma, Texas, the state of Missouri twice, and Tennessee. And so when the search firm first called, said, "Hey, would you be interested in West Virginia?" I said, "Well, I want to learn more about it." The more that I learn, the more that I just become comfortable with. First, the people and the culture. I grew up in rural Oklahoma. Small town of 800, and I lived 8 miles from town on 80 acres. Most of the time, my grandparents had a farm. We had a place in town, but I spent most of my time out there. And so I think the values, the culture, the people are very similar here. And the more that I talk to people, the more that I saw that. And then I just looked at the history and tradition of the program, how much it means to the state and the people. I love that the institution's a land-grant institution. I got my master's degree at Oklahoma State, and so I think that there's some similarities in the institutions and their mission, and all those things really just kind of you just get to a place where you feel like God's leading you a certain direction, and that's where we arrived. And it didn't help that those 3 girls of mine, they love the mountains, and so my wife has been after me for 3 or 4 years there in Texas to buy her a house in the mountains, and I said, "Man, do I have a deal for you?" And so we're excited to be to be somewhere different, to be somewhere that although it's not close to home, feels like home, and so that's very exciting.
What is your vision for this athletic department?
Yeah, I think the first thing would be that we are as good as anybody in the country at helping young people grow and develop. And that's from the way that we onboard them here and teach them that tradition and culture and how they can embrace it. The way that we help teach them about nutrition and strength training, taking care of your bodies and sleep and mental health, all of those different areas. And then we also want to make sure that we're helping them become athletically excellent and academically excellent. And really doing all those things very well and doing all those things not in silos where we've broken down those communication barriers and everybody's working together to provide them the great experience so that when they leave here, they know, hey, I'm prepared for life. And so, that's the first thing. And then I think the second thing is to be competitive across our sport offerings in the Big 12 and nationally. You look at our history and there's no reason we can't do that. I know at times there's ups and downs and that becomes frustrating for fans, but I really believe if we can get everybody on the same page and pulling in the same direction and aligned from the student athletes all the way up through the coaches, through the AD, onto the president and board, and then out to all of our fans and alumni, there's no reason that we can't be as competitive across every sport we offer.
And when you talk about being competitive, that also includes NIL. Here we are in the thick of it. Your thoughts on NIL and just what it means to this university and to these student athletes?
Yeah, it's on the minds of just about every potential student athlete that we talk to. Now, they don't come in with, I'm not saying none of them do, but by and large, most of them don't come in with demands or anything like that. But knowing that there's NIL opportunities is very, very important, and understanding what those opportunities look like, and so what the work that goes on at Country Roads Trust is very important. Some schools have multiple collectives out there. That becomes difficult from this chair to manage because you don't really have an opportunity to guide people to one or to have communication with one. on the rules and how things are and are not supposed to be done. And so our relationship with Country Roads Trust is great because we all care deeply about the university. We care deeply about our student athletes. We want to prepare and provide opportunities for those student athletes. And so I think that it's very, very important that we embrace the NIL world and certainly the role that Country Roads Trust is providing.
So that leads me to my next question. How do you see the partnership between us and the athletic department? Because obviously there are rules. You know, you guys can't break rules. There are perimeters, but there can be a relationship. What is your vision with WVU Athletics and Country Roads Trust working together?
Yeah, I think we need to be aligned and on the same page. And there's clearly some things we can't do. We can't communicate dollar amounts for a kid or anything like that, and we don't do that. And the great thing here is, from Ken Kendrick and Oliver Luck all the way down to the rest of the team, everybody deeply cares about this place. You're invested in not running us afoul of the rules. You know, that wouldn't be good for your husband's income. So, you know, we all want to make sure. I have a quote that I tell our staff all the time: if you have integrity, nothing else matters. And if you don't have integrity, nothing else matters. And so we want to do this the right way. We want to lead with integrity. But within the rules, we're going to do everything we can to lock arms and be partners because we want to be competitive, candidly, but also we're all in this to provide opportunities for student athletes, and that's our jobs, that's our role, and that's what we're trying to do. And I know that's what the people out there very much want. And so I think it's important that we work together, that we share leads, that we help each other. There's going to be people that Country Roads Trust approach that says, hey, NIL's probably not where I want to invest. I would hope they would share that with us. And there's going to be people that we talk to that have interest in supporting Country Roads Trust, and I would hope that we would be able to share that information as well. So I don't see it as adversarial. I know a lot of ADs around the country worry that one has to cannibalize the other. There could be some cannibalization, candidly, but my hope is that the net of it all is greater. And if the net of it all is greater, that means that there's more support going to student athletes. And that should be our end goal, and that's what we're trying to accomplish.
Absolutely. If a business or an organization, you know, corporation wants to get involved with Country Roads Trust, or a member, and maybe they're on the fence with it, because let's be honest, this is a changing landscape.
Yeah.
A lot of people still don't know about NIL. They don't understand it because it does change
Yeah.
all the time. You know, what would you say to people who haven't joined? Maybe they're thinking about it, but why should people get involved with Country Roads Trust?
Well, I think one, they want West Virginia University to succeed and the athletic program to succeed. And I say this all the time. Athletics is not the most important thing that goes on in this campus. I know some people may take exception to that, but there's a life-changing work that goes on here. Research, what happens at the medical center, those kind of things that you know are life-saving, life-changing work. But what athletics is the brightest spotlight that the university has, and we can shine a light on the great work that we're doing here, and it's very much a brand and reputation tool. And so you know, we have to do our job to make sure that we're shining that light in a positive way. So if someone out there is trying to weigh these opportunities and they care about West Virginia University, I think to be competitive, the athletic program, a healthy NIL opportunities is critical. And then, you know, I think beyond that, we all care about student athletes. And, you know, these are not situations where kids are coming in and getting rich or getting seven figures. You hear rumors of that. Sometimes I think the rumors are greatly exaggerated. In some cases, they might be true. But these are young people who are coming in here working extraordinarily hard. Yes, they get a scholarship. Yes, we take care of them in a variety of ways, but it allows them to have a little extra cash and also to do some great work in this community. Many of them are doing work with charities, certainly doing work with local businesses. And so I think everybody wins in this situation. And so my hope would be that the people that are considering it will understand that.
Well, we appreciate your endorsement,
Yeah.
and we will be talking with you, I believe, every other month, kind of just getting a pulse of what's going on. So thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And welcome. And Wren Baker, we appreciate your time.
Let's go Mountaineers.